Hi and welcome to this short video where I just want to talk to you about the biggest mistakes that people make in their property investing. And what's really interesting, people always expect me to talk about the transactional nature of property investing when I bring this up. To talk about they buy the wrong house, or they do this thing wrong, or they do that specific thing wrong. It's generally not that. So there are four main areas where I see people fall over and fail. There's a lot more to learn, of course there is. But there are four main areas that most investors fall over with, and these are things you need to be aware of and then work to master. The biggest singular one is fear. Now you'll have seen the acronym, I'm sure, F-E-A-R, fear, false expectation appearing real. Okay? It's a false expectation that you're going to fall off this cliff, but it appears real, so you're scared of it. Does that make sense? Yeah? It's a false expectation the plane's going to crash, but it feels real, so you're scared of it. False expectation appearing real. The biggest reason people don't get as far as they should with their property investing is that fear gets in the way. And what does fear lead to? Fear leads to us freezing. Freeze! And you all freeze and you're not sure where to go. When we freeze, and now we freeze for days or weeks or months or years, our investment doesn't move forward because we were fearful. Okay? So we have to move out of our comfort zone. If you want to be successful, what got you here will not get you there. Therefore, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to do something different from what you've done in the past. That's logical. Therefore, you're going to have to go into a new comfort zone and stretch your comfort zones. That's logical. Therefore, you'll have to deal with the fear of that. Get over it. Take the steps, find a master. You're doing that by watching these videos. Find a master, a mentor, copy what they do. That will reduce the fear, but do it. The other way to reduce the fear is to logically deal with it. It's 80% emotion, but you can logically deal with it by learning as much as you can. Doing videos like this, attending my webinars, getting around the right education will help take those fears away, because you'll feel knowledgeable, which will make you confident to move forward. You know, I see younger people go a lot faster on their property investing journey than older people, and it's because they don't carry all this baggage of fear around with them. This baggage of, I lost money there, I made mistakes there, I better not make any more mistakes, I better stay still. Staying still is the worst mistake you can ever make with your money. Worst mistake you can ever make. Inflation alone will just totally rot it away. Okay, so fear is the first one. The second one is a transactional one. You have to know the rules of the game. What are the rules to only ever buy diamond properties in your investment type? Now, we've covered this earlier on in the modules for family lets, but have you learnt the rules if you're a different strategy for your strategy? Do you know them inside out and back to front? Are you categorically clear on the rules to make sure you only ever buy diamond properties? If you're not, get close to your mentor, get around someone who is world class at what you're looking to do, your strategy, and find out exactly what their rules are and copy them. That will also help take the fear away, by the way, but it's crucial. That's again, people get lazy on those. They learn the rules and then they go, but I just got lazy on that one and that one, but it met all the other rules. Not good enough. It's got to meet every single rule that is there in play. Okay. Our next one, our third one, is again a mindset thing. Okay, isn't this funny? It's 80% psychology, 20% learning the detail. You've got to get the right psychology, and it's that mindset of, interestingly, I'm not worth it. Now, this is normally a subconscious mindset. It's not conscious at the front of your brain, but it's a subconscious mindset of, I am not worth it. You know, I can show you how to have an income of, in 10 years' time, of £50,000 a year. I can show anyone how to do that. So why wouldn't everyone do it? Well, part of it is because people deep down don't think they're worth another £50,000 a year. They don't deserve it. They're not worth it. It would be greedy to get it. And all of that, please forgive me for being direct, is bull. Total bull. You are worth it. It's not greedy. If you feel it's greedy, give it all back to charity, but make it and give 50 grand to charity. What a game changer that would be. Or give half of it to charity. Don't use the excuse that you're not worth it and then not do it. Every human being that arrives on this planet should become the best them they can be. The best you can be earning more money than you're earning now. Can be giving back more than you're giving back, can be contributing more, can be giving back more to your family and to your friends. The best you can be a role model to other people, so they go, wow, it's amazing what you're doing in property. Please will you show me so I can get the same amazing results? That's the best version of you. Are you going to grab it and become the best version, or are you going to let this voice in the back of your brain that says you're not worth it, you're not worth it, you're not worth it beat you? By the way, I get this one in detail. Let me tell you why. I was brought up by parents who categorically taught me to believe, not deliberately, to believe I was worth, in today's terms, about £30,000 to £35,000 a year. So I was worth a good job, I was worth a reasonable salary, but that's what I was worth. So as my businesses and my properties have become more and more successful every year, I have a challenge, because I self-sabotage. Because my brain kicks in and goes, you're not worth it, you're not worth it, and I self-sabotage. And I literally, my business coaches I work with and my personal coaches I work with for the last 8-9 years have consistently had to work on this, shifting as I earn more money, shift my beliefs, so it's okay to earn more money, shift my beliefs. I've literally spent tens and tens of thousands of pounds on the coaches to get my mindset to shift and shift. You don't need to spend that much for those first few shifts, but you have to be aware of it, you have to work on it. Here's the fourth problem. People have the wrong peer group, the wrong people around you. If you were surrounded by people who all think they're worth 30,000 a year, guess what you think you're worth? And when you start earning 40, guess what happens? They're having little pot shots, even if they don't deliberately do it. You know, I surrounded myself a few years ago with some real successful business people. At that time, they were real successful in my eyes, but now I've outgrown them. Little pot shots will come in, little comments on money I spend, little comments on it's okay for you. That doesn't serve me. I want people going, you're not doing well enough, stretch. You're not doing well enough, stretch. So I have to consistently change my peer group, re-engineer it. Look at I want to walk in the room and I'm like, wow, it's amazing to be in the room with you people. Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. If your peer group don't make you feel like that, you need to change it up. I'm not saying abandon your old friends or dump them, but spend limited time with them, less time with them, and change it up. Deliberately look and get around these world-class people. They're your 4 biggest risks. They're the 4 things that will trip you up. I promise you. But I equally promise you, if you get all of those 4 things to where you're being outstanding at them all, they should all be in your action plan anyway, but if you get them all to where you're being outstanding at all those 4 things, your investing will go like that, as will your life, by the way, other parts of your life. So they're your biggest risks. You need to do the opposite. You know what you need to do now to make sure you don't fall foul of them. Invest with knowledge, invest with confidence, create financial freedom. Speak to you soon. Thank you.